Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RSF1's Tier 5 division. We are live here on a Tuesday night, and it's round at number 13 of the season. It's the Hungarian Grand Prix, right in the heart of Hungary itself. A very tight and twisty circuit, completely different from obviously last week. We were at the British Grand Prix where we saw some great racing. Still expect great racing here, but we could see some more drama because there are plenty of corners out here that can catch the unwary. And those of you that have been watching F5 recently, well, the story continues. It's, well, we could be in for a cracker. I'm back in the box once again. I was doing F2 on the Sunday, and a good race that was there as well. Back in the box once again, and also back in the box after last night is Alco Saints. Good evening to you, Alco.
Hello.
We're not paid for this, but hint, hint, wink, wink. Maybe we should. But no, we're here for the love of this, aren't we?
We are. Yeah.
We love doing this. So
We definitely are. And, I could, back to back from yesterday and today, and I could also be given the chance to do one tomorrow as well. So if I do, then that's absolutely perfect for 3 days in a run. I won't be too mad about it. I'll happily do it.
have you fully recovered from yesterday?
Well, yeah, no. It was not too bad from yesterday. Obviously, I talk fast. I think that's just my thing. So it sounds worse. And obviously we had the star guest, I guess you could say, or a surprise guest, which was my mother.
Yeah.
In the background, telling me to, breathe. But no, I'm perfectly fine today.
Good. F5 division, I asked you before we went live, you've watched a few races here. There's a few drivers that you know quite a bit, don't you? There's a few names here.
I do. There's obviously
as well, but also some new ones.
Yeah, there's obviously RSF1 Raikkonen. Absolutely love him. He does comms as well. Then there's McCracken, who back in the day when we was called a different name. McCracken used to be in the same tier as me, and I believe if I look down, RSF1 Locker, he used to either be in Division 2 or the same division as me, which was 3 back in the day. So a few names here and there. Oh, we've already got one person. Oh no, never mind. I thought he spun out there, but he didn't. But yeah, so a few people in Division 5 who I very much well know and love at the same time, but then also in my division for this year, a lot of people who was also back in the day. And then in Division 2, there's obviously Jace Lee and everything like that. So everyone's still here. A few have been lost, but the remaining OG people we all know and love.
17 people here tonight, always good to see. Nice healthy turnout, which is always good. So obviously those unfamiliar with qualifying, I mean you should be, but if we get brand new names here, of course it's good to go over a few things. We're losing 2 people here tonight unless people crash, which hopefully they don't. 2 people at the end of this. We're looking at our top 15, so good to see that Q1 is meaningful, because sometimes it isn't, obviously low numbers, but F5 seems to be very healthy week in, week out. Again, good to see. This track, Alco, obviously you have experience of yesterday, doing that race yesterday.
Yeah.
The features of this track, as I said, very tight and twisty. Some people call it like the Monaco, but without the harbour, or Monaco
without the walls.
Yeah. I mean, the walls are still there, of course,
well, but not tighter, the more spread. Yeah.
There's corners at this track, as I said, that can catch out the unwary. You need to be very, very hooked up with your car and your setup, don't you?
You very much do. If you don't have the right setup on any track, but especially for the Hungary, if you don't have the right setup, then it's gonna ruin your race due to the fact that you'll have no pace and you'll have no grip, and you won't even be able to take the corners. I hate the second to last corner, that very tricky left, because you can easily lock up, and you can also go so wide and you'll just keep invalidating. You'll keep getting penalties in the race, and you can get caught out so much. Oh, someone's going flying now of Andy taking down all the bollards of the speed. He's going on the grass. He's being a good boy but a bad boy at the same time. He's taking away the distance bollards, so it's not very good.
There's a couple corners around here as well that are auto spin curves. Remember the penultimate one in Bahrain, where if you touch it, it's spinning around. There's two
is that called
here.
A sausage curve? I kept calling it a sausage curve all night last night. Because it's
my
raised,
interpretation of a sausage curve is different. Yeah. Yeah, you've got two here. You've got turn... I label it turn 2. The first left hand of the lap. Downhill one.
I believe that's turn 2, in my book anyway.
Yeah.
Or turn 3.
Yeah, turn 2. So you got one there, and then you got the worst one, which is turn...
5.
The right-hander, turn...
6?
6? I thought it was 6.
It could be 6. Oh yeah,
3,
I'm forgetting the left-hander.
Yeah.
It's around about 6. Oh, there's Red Bull turn 1. Spun. Oh, then there's
it's a model. Disqualified.
Who? Oh yeah, he was just stopped on the track at turn 1. I don't know what was going on there, to be honest. We've also got Haas that went into the wall.
Is it that thing that he didn't actually drive the wrong way? He's just driving sideways or something like that?
He wasn't even driving, no. He was just sideways, just stopped on the track. Oh. Obviously, I don't know if he was just staying there to let the drivers go past him and then move, but I think for him not moving whatsoever, obviously, if you stop on the track for longer than 5 seconds, the game does disqualify you automatically.
Mm-hmm. Interesting call from Hippo at the moment, Alco. Medium tyres.
I did see that, and I was gonna name it. Do you think we're gonna be seeing rain like we did a few weeks back in my division, where we chose mediums because we knew that it was going to be raining in Q3, or is Hippo knowingly he's got the pace and saving those softs for 2 runs for Q2 and Q3?
To be fair to him, he's done a pretty decent lap of 16.4 on the medium tyres, so I think it could be the second thing you said. He's just confident with his pace. Somebody who is confident, McCracken, 15.3 on a third lap of the soft tyres, goes 3/10 quicker than Destroyer. Obviously, we're not really looking at times here because people are just setting a lap. You know this well, Alco. Obviously, Q1, even if there's like 1 or 2 people to be eliminated, if you're like solidly mid-pack or top 10, just set a lap really at this point. You don't need to push 100%.
Yeah, no, obviously.
Still impressive time though.
That is very true. It very much is. Obviously, McCracken, like I said, he's a very dominant man when it comes to racing, and he does love racing at the same time. Obviously, now with the Red Bull being disqualified, we're only going to lose one other person, and it's looking like a lot of people in Division 5 don't want to be that one person.
9 views at the moment, which is a little bit low to begin with, but I'm sure to bump up a little bit throughout qualifying and towards the race. On board with Lincoln right now in the racing point. Now, as he's hit the curb of that chicane pretty harshly, sent the car sideways.
I don't want to be biased today, but come on, Lincoln.
Oh, racing point guy.
Yes,
I see.
It's very true. Oh, Lincoln!
Jesus!
Too much curb.
He's chucking the car around on this lap. Very aggressive.
There it is. I think I saw in the Discord, in the Racing Point exclusive Discord, in the chat there, he did say he was torn between two different setups. One setup which is planted to the ground but lacking on the little bit of the pace on the straights, or go with the twitchy one, which is better on the straights, but he loses the back end. I think, from what we're seeing, he may have chose the twitchy one. And he's trying to get to grips with it.
Now, this could be my endurance mind coming forward, because lately I do 12 hours, 24 hours races on Forza. Because I don't do the full 12 hours, mind you, but I still do quite a bit. And I've always said, in that, you need to have a stable setup. You always go with the stable rather than the pace. Of course you want pace, of course you do, but if you're driving the car stable, and it's the same here, really.
With all the turns and twists, you definitely do need a stable one.
I mean, it's not a good lap at 15.9, but as me and you both saw on that lap, that was very Slidey.
Yeah, and
So,
a little bit too much on the curb. So maybe he's trying to get to grips with it, but how long will it take for him to get to grips with this kind of setup? So then he doesn't make any more mistakes, especially when it comes to the race.
Rackmatone already easy done. Easy done. 15-3 should be fine with that.
Very true. Obviously,
Hip.
with yesterday, I think we saw. If I'm trying to remember off my mind. Did we? I think we saw a little bit of 14s, maybe.
Yeah, that was tier 3, so obviously they're 2 divisions higher.
Yeah.
So it should be naturally quicker. But yeah, I'd say low 15, maybe touching 14.
Well, McCracken's only 3/10 off of the 14.9, so not too shabby there. Obviously, it's only going to get quicker as well with the tyre degs, and maybe if we see some clouds, that'll be better for the soft tyres, so it doesn't overheat.
Hippo in the chat saying, well, actually, Millsy, there's a conversation going on in the chat at the moment of Hippo. Millsy said to Hippo, is it raining in the race? Hippo said maybe, and then said yeah. So, I don't know. Answer on the postcard. 16-1 for Daniel, puts himself 6th and a little bit more safer as well.
Obviously, we did see rain in Division 2 as well, didn't we? So, it could be today as well with Division 5. Obviously, Division 3 got the lucky straw.
Mine would be full wet, no, my luck. Racing around here in full wet. Oh, full wet around here is just awkward. You really need to be confident. As Tacticals, 15-1. Hello. On his first lap.
Beautiful there from the Scuderia.
Yeah, can his teammate Raikkonen get into it?
Obviously, yesterday as well in Division 3.
15-3.
Ooh.
Ferraris are on it.
The Ferraris are on it. Obviously, yesterday in Division 3, the Scuderia of Swift Joe, he was pole in the qualifying 3, and then he led the race for 22 laps. But unfortunately, he lost it, or his wheel got disconnected twice in the race. And the second time it happened, he did get terminal damage. So if anyone still hasn't watched that, then I would say go back and watch it, as well as stay with us here for today. But then after this, go back and watch the Division 3. It was very, very exciting race.
Kabuki in the Alfa Romeo, 2,000ths up on his time in the middle sector. Looks like he's got too far wide. There.
We've got Shadow Moses there in the Mercedes. He's done 17.7 on 3 old lap softs. He's just coming. He's in the pits now, so he's in that zone to get disqualified or to not make it into Q2. So I'm pretty sure he'll be going out again.
Oh, Raikkonen on a second better lap, 15-0. It's a Ferrari 1-2, boys.
15-0.
Very nice. Now, I said to you before the start, basically gave you a rundown of F5. So, the Ferrari story at the moment, both. See, as the championship goes on, I'm invested in F5, as you can tell. And there's like certain things that I want to happen before now to the end of the season. I want both Ferraris to win a race at some point, because they've been so desperately close, like seconds all over the shot when they could have won. And they both, as you can see, they are both very capable of doing so. They're just wrong place, wrong time in the races, so on. I want Kabuki and Moses to score a point, because they're yet to do so. And again, I feel they can. They're just being very, very unfortunate. I also want Orphan to be on the podium. That's other things.
Wait, Orphan, the OG Orphan?
Stars Orphan, yes.
It was a different name though back in the day, wasn't it?
Overcome Orphan.
Overcome Orphan. Is that the OG
yes.
Orphan? Hello,
yes,
Orphan.
It is.
How you doing, lad? I didn't realise that because he's changed his name. A lot of people have changed their names, and it's like I only remember them from their old names. Like these Toxic CW, who's changed his name to Spooky now, isn't it, or something? I think. I believe.
Millsy, you're saying in the chat, got his first podium of the season last night. Wait,
Yes, he very much did. Yes, I did. We did mention that.
Hey.
So well done for Millsy
I
for
haven't
that one.
watched it all yet. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you did
I'm a
say
bit in
to
the
me.
loop.
Yeah, I did. You said I'll watch it. I'll watch it later. But I've only watched bits. Obviously yesterday.
Oh, Moses. Very waifu turn for you there. Yeah, GG, Millsy. Also want me to crash out Andy. No. No. No, I don't want you to crash out Andy. No.
I don't want anyone to crash out.
No. I mean, for the championship, yeah, maybe if you want to drop a little bit, few more points. Now, I'm joking. I'm a Renault guy as well. Of course, I want a Renault to win.
Of course, you got your ever first points in Silverstone as well, didn't you?
1 point, yes, which is what I said at the beginning of the race. I want just
you said
1
you
point,
just
and
want
now it
one,
is.
and that's what you got.
Yeah.
I did say that on the stream. It's very
Now,
funny.
now the goal is to not finish last of those that score points.
Yes.
Very difficult though. Seems to me at the moment. Well, you got obviously you got Orphan, you got Chronic Buds as well. We've got to welcome Chronic Buds to RSF1, having his very first race. I've known Chronic Buds for a couple of weeks now, and other races I've done. I think he'll do well here, but obviously having his first race. Alco, do you remember your first race in RSF1?
I remember. Oh, don't you even get started. I never mind RSF1. I remember it ALF1. I remember you guys telling me off for dive bombing Shane in a quali.
Oh.
It was quali 1, and I dive bombed him because I was on a lap, or was I on an out lap? But he was on a slow lap, and I got told off because I was such a rookie. Because I dive bombed him and made him like go off the track in Bahrain. But yeah, I remember my first race in Bahrain. I missed Australia. I think all through every season that I've been in this league, I've always missed Australia. I don't know why. But yeah, I remember that. It was a very good. It was simple times and old times. But even so, everyone is still here, and it's even got more competitive over the years. With ALF1, it was everyone was so spread out that it made no sense. With this year, everyone is so close, it makes more sense with all the different tiers that we have.
Is Shadow Moses still on? Shadow Moses is still on the same set that he's done 4 laps on. He's now on his 5th lap. I don't know why he's not gone to a fresh set, but he's persevering, I guess. And you can see the rear end of the car's not liking this at all. With the edge of turn 1, bit too far up on the curb. He's trying to beat a 16.8 from Kabuki at the moment to put himself through. And it is now a straight up fight between the pair of them.
Those softs are gonna. Surely they've got no grip at this point. He's gonna lose more time around the corners at this point. I don't know.
So it's going to go through on the mediums.
It's very true. Yeah, it's going to be amazing for Hippo. I believe I did see something about full wets in the chat, or full wet race, should I say?
Oh, Moses
And
ran a
he's
bit too wide on
invalidated.
the. Yeah, a little bit too far wide. So Moses is out. So Kabuki, yep, wisely goes back into the pit. So it'll be Moses and Immortal out of Q1.
Do you think Dan can get any higher? Let's have a look. As he crosses the line, he does. He goes 5th. 5 positions.
7. Yeah, Ferraris are on it today. And they need to be in the Constructors battle because they're second in the Constructors behind Renault. Renault, of course, got the win from Andy Yuskin and 5th from McCracken. Ferrari only got a 10th place. So they need to get some points back against Renault. So
yeah, it's always good for the constructors or even the championship fight. Obviously, between myself and Primus in my division, I just recently overtaken him due to the fact of Silverstone. I think there's around about. I think he's on around about 118, and I'm on around about 126. So it's only 10 points in it less than.
you got the closest here in F4 as well.
We've got Cornish as well behind us. Cornish is now 3rd in the constructors. I mean, not in the constructors, sorry, in the championship, and he's closing in on me. So far we've always been team orders between myself and Cornish, and And I won't lie, Cornish is
How
a little
long is
bit...
that going to continue?
Exactly, and I'm not going to lie, Cornish can be a little bit of a showmanship man. So it's going to be very feisty coming up to maybe Russia due to the fact that it's so close.
Yeah. I'm just going to go over Tier 5 Championship for the moment. This is as of I have it updated. So Andy Uskin leading the way on 172 points. He cannot lose the championship lead tonight, even if he doesn't score any points. And his closest rival, Teddist, wins, because Teddist is on 129. Gap being 43 points. That's almost 2 race wins actually he has at the moment. Kraken is in 3rd place on 113. Interestingly, both Ferraris now both on the same points on 89 each.
Ooh.
Then you've got RSF1 Source on 80. He's a point ahead of Dano. Dano obviously getting a 4th place in Silverstone last time out, moving his way up to 79. And he's a point ahead of Lincoln, so he's sandwiched in between the racing points. Hippo's on 52 points, just ahead of Daniel on 47. Your boy Prio or Pru? He said for me to say it's your boy Pru.
I think that's Prowl, isn't it?
Pru.
It's Prowl. Proul. That's Prowl. In my book and in English
but
book.
he said to me, and he knows because he made it. It's Pru.
Pru.
Prew or something.
Okay.
How you say that?
Pru.
So
Like
he's
Purring.
on 42 points. Yes.
Yeah.
Destroyer's on 40 points, just behind. X-Mando's on 28. Locker is next on 15 points. Recently joined back into the league, and he was on 0, now on 15, after his 3rd place in Silverstone. Immortals on 13, Orphan 7, Manure on 5, Moses Kabuki yet to score. Constructors, Renault took, as I said, a massive leap last week on 286 points. Ferrari are next on 203. Then you got Williams 179, Racing Point 158, and McLaren 101. But after that, you've got a titanic battle going on. You have Mercedes on 65, Haas on 61, Red Bull 60, AlphaTauri 56, Alfa Romeo 52.
That is very close.
So what's that? That's 13 points separating 5 teams.
That is super close.
In that little battle there.
That is so close.
Mm.
It's a shame it's not like that
Right.
for the championship.
you know as well as I do, though. As I said, Renault had a very strong week in Silverstone. Ferrari came away with 1. But we can have a complete reverse this week. Ferrari can get a 1-2, and Renault can get like a 9th, and that's it. And then all of a sudden, Ferrari are in it, going into Belgium, and then their home track, Monza, in a couple of weeks. So,
Yeah, that's very true. And obviously, in the real world, didn't really happen. So hopefully they can make it virtually a better outcome for the Scuderia in Italy.
oh, we got a Red Bull round. It's Daniel through turn 6. I think he's clipped the
Red Bulls are
inside
having a
curb.
mare today.
Has he got away with damage? Not that it matters. He's got plenty of time, but yeah, he does have damage. He'll be back into the pits.
What I have realised, if it is full wets, why are people going on softs? Again, is this to make sure... No, sorry, not softs, mediums.
Mediums, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant, sorry.
Oh, Hippo, nice. 15-2.
Hey, well, we saw him have a lot of pace on the mediums, so... Him go... Oh, McCracken just strikes back with a 50. Same time, no? Oh, no, it's the opposite way. I saw on a 3 and a 5.
3-5, yeah. Yeah,
Opposite way there, 200s. Not bad, though.
very nice. There's a Ferrari coming round of tacticals on the medium tyres. I guess the only thing mediums... Oh, and Millsy's saying they probably haven't looked at the weather. That's a thing. Sometimes I do it. I don't look at the weather. The other time, could be saving softs for Q3 if they're that confident.
Yeah, that is very true. It's just obviously, I know this is very different dynamics due to the fact that this is Division 5. They think differently. They do, what's it called? Strategies differently. But it would make more sense if it is raining to go on, you know, because if the people, no, actually, yeah, wait a minute, because no one went on mediums on Q1 besides Hippo. So Hippo has two softs. You know, he has technically four softs, two for Q2, two for Q3.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah.
If you can make it work, yeah, if you've got to plan it, it's, you know, some people think, you know, qualifying, you don't have to do much, you just do a lap, done, do a lap, done, do a lap, done.
Yeah, no,
it's
a whole dynamic.
Yeah, especially the worst scenario, actually, you can ever have is if it's intermediate or wet qualifying and a intermediate or wet race. Because you only get...
I think you only get 2 inters, don't you?
3...
Or 3?
I thought it was 3. 3 sets for the whole weekend.
Yeah. That's your worst. Really, that's honestly your worst outcome.
If you're on dries, though, it's especially difficult if you have to. If your race strategy is saving a set of fresh softs, which can be deadly in the race, if you can make it work. So,
I think with your inters, though, like you were saying, like it could be a worse scenario, and you only get 3 inters for the whole weekend, Q1, Q2, and Q3, and then also for the race. The difference between your inters is that the more wear that you do on your inters for qualifying, you actually get faster, but you've still got to manage it for the pure factor for the race. It's weird how the inters work for qualifying.
Yeah. I've always said, though, if it's intermediates or wets in qualifying, you just do loads of laps on a set of tyres.
Yeah,
better than just doing... Yeah. You just find the grip and then it just... And the confidence as well. I was on board with Locker, but let's jump on board with Daniel. Do you want to take a lap of Hungary on board with Daniel, or...?
Oh god, I'm not very good at that. I don't know. I don't know if you
I'll do it.
Watched me yesterday, but I don't know the corners, that's why. But yeah, go ahead, you do it.
I don't know the corners. I don't know the corners. It's Primus who knows the corners. He loves the corner names. Right, Daniel crosses line now into turn 1. Got to get the braking just right, just for 50-meter marker board. Down we go. Not hitting the apex too much. DRS as soon as you go over that white line on the exit. A little bit of a bump down into turn 2. Do not touch the curb on the inside. It's a little bit of a lockup. It's very bumpy as well. You've got to carry the speed through. Turn 3 completely flat out through there. Now 4 and 5. Look right of 4 and then turn right of 5. Very nicely turned in. Turn 6 again. Do not touch the curb on the inside. That will auto spin you. And then 7 and 8, the chicane. The curbs are very bumpy if you go over them too much, but not. And then this next section, just flow the car through as best as you can. Don't hit the curbs, as Daniel showed right there. What a save. Snap the car back in. Got to get the exit perfectly on the outside of that section, that right-hander there. Then you've got a 90-degree right-hander. They're not using the curbs too much. Now this corner right here can be very tricky. The curb, you don't want to use it too much as a bump as well. As you turn in and into the last corner, the exit's absolutely crucial for obviously the end of the lap. And it's a 15.3, which is not bad considering the massive snap that he had in middle sector.
He went a little bit wide also into the last corner coming up to the start-finish straight. I'm surprised that it wasn't invalidation, because I think one of the yesterday guys did the exact same and it got invalidated, so that was very lucky for Daniel there. I believe he's on the wheel as well.
Yeah.
So he must be getting used to that. Speaking of wheels, have you seen the new Thrustmaster?
No.
Oh, basically they've set it up identically to the Ferrari. You know, obviously Thrustmaster is always like Ferrari based.
Oh yeah.
And they've they've made a replica of the whole Ferrari wheel. Obviously this year, or I think 2020's Ferrari wheel. And it's actually got the LED screen, and every button is synced up with the actual game. So, so if you turn one of the knobs, I guess you could say, on the wheel, and it's got an LED screen. So the LED screen, you can see it's exactly the same replica. The gears, the depletion of your ERS. It's got everything on there that you need to see. I mean, if you turn.
Orphan.
Oh.
P6.
Nice.
GG Orphan. Very nice that.
So yeah, if you turn one of the knobs, it actually, like your interaction menu, not interaction menu.
Heads-up display.
DMF.
Oh.
I don't know what Jeff says. Whatever Jeff says, to look at your tire temps and everything. If you turn one of the knobs, you can on the LED screen, it will show you the tire temps and show you the engine wear. It's really nice. Like, so instead of looking up at the screen and looking to the right hand side, all you have to do now is look down at your wheel on that LED screen, and the light above the LED screen is the as we can see right now, if we're going on board with someone, you've got the lights, haven't you, that goes across the wheel to know when you have to gear up and gear down, or shift up, shift down. That's exactly what it also does on the wheel, on the replica wheel. So you know when to shift up and shift down. It's absolutely amazing.
My first question: how much?
300, not even 1,000, not 600, just $300. $300.
300 is still there.
It's still a bit, but if you think about it, even their old Thrustmasters, they're still between N90 to maybe like 150, 190. So 300 for a display, and also so many buttons that are actually workable and also in sync with, that you can map them. Every button is mappable, and that to me is amazing.
Sorry, cut across you. Kabuki's had a off return 6. Hit the spin curb. I think he's staying out the way though, which is good.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Chronic Birds is coming around the last corner now on a lap. He goes 8th, just inside the top 10 on softs. We have a lot of people though on soft tyres, including Tacticals, Raikkonen, all those that have been on mediums, thinking they're not going to get through. Obviously they're not going to get through anyway, have to go on softs now.
Yeah, I believe everyone still is. I mean, everyone has fitted the softs besides Kabuki, so he may come into it's 3 minutes left, so he could get out quickly. We've got Raikkonen who's
tops
gone
the
first.
session.
Yep.
Closely followed by. Oh, look how close that is. The top 4.
It's
all at
madness.
15-2. Sets this up nicely for Q3 if everything stays like that.
It'd be very nice to see, actually. Obviously, the Ferrari of Tacticals, he's gone a little bit slower than what he did. Gone slower than McCracken. Obviously, McCracken was P3 in Q1, so McCracken is definitely wanting to either split these two Ferraris up or get pole for himself.
This is a very competitive qualifying session because I haven't seen anybody go like miles quicker. The biggest gap we've seen so far tonight is a 10th, I think, from like first to second, and then it
very much is.
It's really close as well.
First to like you were saying, look how close it is to first to fourth. Then they're within a 10th with each other, like below a 10th, below half a 10th. It's madness. And Daniel in 5th is where it's like a 10th, and then from Daniel it goes 5/10ths, which is madness.
Speaking of, Raikkonen has hit the 14s. 14.9 from Raikkonen on a second lap. Very good from him. 15.3 for Destroyer. Raikkonen is on it today. He is on a mission.
Very much is.
Locker flying his way through the middle sector. Half a second up on his lap as well.
See what he can do. Half a second, that'll get him P6 and above. P7 and above.
Oh, I've just noticed something. Alco.
Yeah.
Andy has only just come out the pits with a minute to go. He's just gone past turn 3. Is he making that? I don't think he is.
One is, and the Renault. If he uses a little bit of his hot lap, he is in the relegation zone. So if he uses a little bit of his hot lap in this in his out lap, he should be able to get it. He's got 30 seconds left. He's coming out of sector 2.
Whoa, Mando! Mando's had a massive spin into the middle sector, and he's not improving.
Very unfortunate.
And Kabuki's invalidated. I think Star's Orphan. This is all down to whether Andy makes it, and he's 13.
He's got 10 seconds.
12.
He's coming around the last sector now, last corner. He's made it. He's made it. Will he be able to get himself out of the relegation now? But 3 seconds to go when he crosses the line. Absolutely amazing there.
This is a straight fight between Andy and Star's Orphan of who's in the top 10. The rest are done.
Yeah, Orphan's going to be on the edge of his seat. This is going to be good. It's only, I think, less than a tenth between them anyway already. So he hasn't got much to improve to get Orphan down and to replace him. I would prefer him to obviously go into that corner a little bit more, so then he doesn't go too much out wide. But he seems to be doing okay. Lincoln out of nowhere. Excuse me, what?
14-7.
Yes, Lincoln. Up the racing points.
Actually, I know what Andy's technically trying to do. He could be on a wet setup as well. That's another thing to consider.
That is very true.
I think what he's doing is he just needs to do a lap here. I mean, he's already 4/10 up, which is enough. He's not pushing 100%, is he? He knows just get a solid lap in.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the person, especially like if someone, if you want dominance and you want to show your potential, then, it does get there. I think he gets fifth.
Yeah.
Oh, ninth.
Ninth. Yeah, I think it's a 15-7. But a good job from Star's Orphan. Very good effort too, because I don't think he's ever made Q3. No, he has made Q3 before, but not this season. I don't think he has. But still, it should be very happy with 11th. Good place. Cornerboat's out as well. Mando 13th. Dano in 14th is a bit of a surprise because he's been pretty quick recently. And Kabuki 15th. Andy Yuzgind just scrapes through.
And the very last lap with 3 seconds to go. Absolutely amazing. With the 11th place, a lot of people do say it's a P1 in disguise, don't they? If you play it right. So let's see what else we can do.
That's if it's dry though, because of fresh tyres. But if it's raining,
yeah, well that's true. That is very true.
Yeah. Lincoln 14-7 going into this session. Very, very, very well done to him. As we are into Q3. Right, looking at the pole stats, I believe you have access to them.
I very much do.
In terms of first-time pole positions, who could potentially get there? Because I like doing that when someone gets their first pole of the season. I'm like, make a big deal.
For the people who can get their first pole, well, it could be McCracken, due to the fact that he's had a lot of pace. He's always split the two Ferraris. Raikkonen could get pole today as well. He's never had pole before. And Tacticals...
This season, he's probably had pole before, but it's this season, obviously.
This season, my mistake. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Sorry about that. Tacticals has had 2 podiums before this season, so he could get it today, but he's already had 2 of them beforehand. Other than that, I believe maybe RSF1 Hippo as well. He's not had a pole this season, and he did look pretty quick on the mediums as well as on the softs, but McCracken and Tacticals did kind of bump him down the order a little bit. But if he pulls it out for Q3, he could see himself on pole. Maybe Lincoln as well. He sneaked in. Well, Lincoln's already had one
pole already.
He's had one before, yeah. But he could also sneak in as he did in Q2. So he could sneak it in again today. Or not today, let's sneak it in for Q3. Excuse me. Yawning. But yeah, I think they're the contentions for today who have never had one. For the
person that is... the person that's been on pole the most times is not here. I don't think he's actually here at all tonight, is Source.
Who does he race for?
He was racing last week either. Racing Point.
Oh no! What? Oh, Kudja sauce.
Oh, I don't think he is here tonight.
Well, that means
If-
Lincoln will have to get a race win or a podium to get those, points up and to solidate of losing a teammate in this race.
Right, our boy Prue straight to turn 5. Absolutely nailed turn 5, but a little bit right through turn 6 though.
I'll tell you what though, what I will say is that Division 5's chat in the stream is so much more lively than Division 3. I've never seen so many messages.
But the thing... Oh, that is a harsh one on board the Williams there for your boy. Just not even an inch too far wide, end of the middle sector on that curb. Oh, see, I would say you should get away with that, but no, apparently the game's like that. So your boy's not going to be the one to first set of laps. It's going to be Destroyer in the Haas. No, it's not, because he's invalidated. So is it Daniel? It is Daniel. Daniel's going to be the first one. We've seen 14s, and he's a 16-0. So
he can go a little faster than that. I think we've seen him go faster before. Oh, there we go. There's the 14
Raikkonen.
with Raikkonen, but Lincoln's not too far behind.
Block of 15 free. Hippos there. Tacticals.
Oh, look at that. A
15
tenth
free.
Between Hippo and Locker there. Dead on.
And it was a Renault next. McCracken.
Yeah, now we've got Lincoln.
Provisional.
Come on, Lincoln.
14-6.
Lincoln!
14-5. Nice.
Nice. Absolutely amazing there by Lincoln.
His first run.
I think we've got the Haas next of Only Destroyer. Let's see what he can do. He's coming round Sector 2, just finishing. He didn't get fastest. That's very unfortunate. He's coming into Sector 3 now. Went up to the speed trap as well. Or is that the speed trap? Which one's the speed trap? The yellow or the green one?
The yellow one.
The yellow one.
So that'd be on the run down to turn 1. Oh, Williams has dropped it.
Oh.
Your boy Prue. Oh, that's a...
Was that... Did he leave as well? Or is that like a DNF? Did it say?
No. See, he's crashed it on the... Just before penultimate corner.
It was very strange. I thought it would have been at least around the 90 degrees.
See on board with Andy.
Or 180, should I say.
Maybe tried to open up the penultimate corner a bit. And maybe got on the curbs to the right-hand side a bit too much.
Possibly. Only Destroyer is 3/10 up on his old time of 1:15.8.
Andy goes to 4th.
Yeah, we've just done so that did that for the first stint of Q3. We've got RSF1 Lincoln in first, McCracken in second, and Raikkonen in third. Could Raikkonen take it from Lincoln?
My God, Hippo.
What's Hippo said?
How does Q3 work again?
Haven't been here in a while.
Wow, Jesus.
No,
It could be the curb on the left-hand side as well, Caffel. Yeah, I agree.
Let's see what Only Destroyer could do. He was 3/10 up in Sector 1. He's coming around again. He's 3/10 up on his time, but he stays 8th.
Oh, Caffel is your boy Prue. Yeah, bumped across the exit curb and lost traction.
Not too good. We had a fair few people in yesterday who couldn't keep it on the track.
Back in second. Ferrari. So it's Racing Point on pole, then it's Renault Ferrari, which is interesting considering they're both battling for constructors as well. Yeah. Mercedes of Locker just ahead of Hippo in 7th, and then Destroyer in 8th, and Daniel in 9th. Hippo, how does Q3 work again? You go quick.
Yes, that's it.
You go flat out. Don't leave nothing on the table.
There's no strategy, no nothing. It's just all raw pace in Q3.
Put the fuel down. Just have enough for a lap, unless you want to do 2 laps, as some people do, which I still don't get. I don't get it. I don't get how it works.
It's a bank lap.
My second lap is always slower.
Yeah, well, technically not. I've always gone faster on my second.
I know short tracks I do get, like Austria and I can't think of another short track. Zandvoort maybe, but
Zandvoort is small. I'd say that's a
in terms of
medium.
time, I guess.
Well,
Brake checks
yeah.
Hippo. Honestly, brake checks allowed.
Yes, Hippo. Yes, of course, always. No, don't.
First
do
of
that.
all, there's no such thing as a brake check. I mean, there is, but
I'm gonna say there's.
do you expect anyone to be doing that in here? Really?
Well, you never know. It's
Also,
Division
no,
5.
you don't do it. Actually, I'm joking. In Q3, yeah, you can do whatever you want. Drive backwards if you want to. See what happens.
Yeah, may get disqualified, but Daniel's first one out for the second stint.
As we got a bit of a lull, Alco, not a lull, but obviously we're waiting for the second run of these guys, just quickly. F1 2021.
Oh, don't get me
On the
started
horizon.
on it. I'll tell you what, before you even say anything, Michael, Rubens, I don't know what you identify as anymore, to be honest. The trailer looks good. I don't know if they're using Frostbite engine or anything, or not engine, but graphics, do not know, but trailer, not too bad. You know, they're bringing a few people back, obviously, and then they're also adding 2 other new characters for Breaking Point. Breaking Point...
And that's career mode.
Yeah, Breaking Point career mode is a co-op career mode. Not too bad, not too shabby. That means you're in a team. That means you're in your own team, and you and your friends are first and second driver. That sounds like a good thing. I'm not going to lie to you, right? You've then got 3 different options. You've got Breaking Point career mode, you've got your My Team career mode, which is the exact same as this year, and then obviously you've got your drivers career mode. So there's 3 different types of career mode this year. The only thing is that they've also... The cover is not your typical F1 cover. You haven't got Lewis Hamilton, you haven't got Ricciardo, you haven't got Vettel, you haven't got Lawrence Stroll or anything like that on the cover. The cover is legit a FIFA cover. It's just slapped on with Formula 1 2021. Now, if you replace the Formula 1 2021 and replace it with FIFA 21 and then put Neymar on the front cover, you would think that's a FIFA cover or a FIFA game. Or even if you just put Neymar there and you've got, and you've got Formula 1 2021, like a lot of people would think, is that a typo? Because it looks so much like a FIFA game. What I am interested in, and what I am looking forward to, they've added victory radio calls. Meaning, how when you win a race, you've got, you put your hands up, don't you? If you're on a podium or you win a race, you put your hands up and then you celebrate. This year, they've put in radio, victory radio calls. This means they could do this either 2 ways.
So, sorry, Alco. Sorry to go across you. Daniel's about to finish the lap.
Yeah, that's very true.
We'll bring that conversation back because back underway. Daniel 14.9 in the Red Bull looked a pretty good lap there. Improves to 4th. Kraken, he's a couple seconds down. Never mind. Else to be on another lap. Got Raikkonen as well. Ladies of Vlocka. I think Raikkonen's going to be the next one.
Hasn't gone fastest first sector, but he is a 10th up.
It's going to be next across. Destroyer, I think, as well.
It might be, yes. I believe it is.
1.3 tenths up.
Oh.
He's found a little bit more in the last set to the challenge Lincoln's time, but he might get ahead of McCracken onto the front row.
That is very true. Raikkonen actually has gone fastest second. So let's see what he can do for third.
Short shifts to 4th in the last corner, gets the
And a lot of people do that.
No.
He improves with a 10th.
He's third.
Only Destroyer goes 6 from 8th, I believe he was. He's better, done a 15 flat.
He's invalidated, but he's got time to go again. Tacticals is 600ths up.
Lincoln has just started a new one, defending that pole position.
Lovely last corner from Tacticals. Bruce by 2 tenths, stays 7th.
Very unfortunate for Tacticals. Obviously, him and his teammate Raikkonen were dominating Q1 and Q2.
Kraken, almost a 10th up. This could challenge Lincoln's time. Very wide last corner. That might cost him. It did. Oh.
But he's very unfortunate for McCracken. Oh no, Lincoln stuffed it as well. He's invalidated.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
That'd be the opening.
We've got Hippo going past him.
Right. Checker flag is done. Raikkonen's going to be, again, the first one to set. He's got barely any ERS or fuel or anything left. Is it going to be enough? He does. He knocks McCracken to third.
Absolutely amazing there. We've got Hippo coming up next, I believe.
Yes. See how far up he is.
Seems solid. Nice little exit there. A little bit twitchy though. Stays in 4th gear. Takes it a little bit too wide, but he does. No, he doesn't improve.
Doesn't improve, no.
Very unfortunate.
Tacticals 2 tenths up. Just put him up to 7th. Lost a bit in the last sector. And the Yuskin stays 5th.
He invalidates before he even gets up there, but yeah, he does stay in 5th. It's very
Lincoln
nice.
Pole.
Lincoln, yes. Now hopefully he can manage that. Now anything can happen, because I saw yesterday with the Ferrari spinning it in lap 22, leading the race for a whole 22 laps and then spinning it. So fingers crossed for Lincoln.
That's his 2nd pole this season, so very well done. Just edges out Raikkonen and McCracken, both could have been contending for pole. That little slip from McCracken on the last corner that I saw could have cost him. It definitely cost him front row, might have cost him pole, but still 3rd for him is good. Daniel P45 should be happy with 4th. Andy Yuskin 5th. Should be reasonably happy with that one, just ahead of Destroyer, just ahead of Tacticals as well. Locker in 8th, Hippo in 9th, and your boy Prue unfortunately dropped it just before the penultimate corner and he starts in 10th.
With no time either. I didn't realise that. That's very unfortunate there.
Let's have a word with Lincoln, if he joins me, of course.
That's very true. Now, as we are, but like while he does see if he joins in while we are going for this intermission. Oh no, he does join. Okay, I'm going to shut up now.
He's trying straight away.
Hello.
Tick the box, please, Lincoln.
Racing
hello, Rain.
Hold on. Sorry.
You got a Racing Point fanboy here, sorry.
Hello, Lincoln again.
Right,
Hello.
Lincoln, very, very well done on your pole. Your 2nd pole this season. Where did you get pole last?
In Britain.
Need to know. That on my stats.
Because Monaco, wasn't it, Lincoln?
Where are you?
Britain. Got it last week in Britain.
Oh, Britain, last week.
Oh, you got it last week, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, back-to-back poles. There you go. Very close run thing, though. Just edging out Raikkonen and Kraken there.
Yeah.
So, very good stuff. You've got to be happy starting in the front row, especially in these conditions now.
Well,
potential to control the race.
I'm not good in the rain. That's the problem. My start would be better.
Oh, go on, sorry. Go on, Lincoln. Sorry.
Yeah, my start, I don't know whether I'll have a decent start or not, because I've not started in the rain at all.
Okay. Low revs, lean fuel mix is my advice.
What,
and
from
then
the start?
maybe use don't use overtake straight off the start. You're going to get far too much wheel spin. Just use it as soon as you're off that wheel spin. That's anyway, but still you've got to be happy with the pole. You've had a few difficult last few weeks. Obviously got back on the points in 9th last week. Was very unfortunate, obviously, because I had that little spin earlier on. Obviously, I think at this point, you're thinking, I just want solid points this race. Obviously, you want the win, though.
I hope, but because of the rain, I'm not expecting much. Any points were brilliant. You never get a point.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. I mean, with the rain, is it raining all the way through? Is it going to get heavier? Or
it is. It's all the way. It's the same all the way through the race.
Oh, okay. So intermediates all the way through by the looks of it. So potential to be a crazy race, difficult conditions, the curbs as well. So I guess you just need to stay in there.
Yeah, just stay away from the curbs. Try not to spin. Best I can hope for.
Alco, any questions?
Yeah, which setup did you decide to do? The riggedy one or the flat and nice to the ground in the end?
Because it's raining, neither.
Oh, you just opted to doing it like a third option, huh?
I grabbed a wet setup earlier today.
Oh, fair enough.
So,
Absolutely, that's fair enough. That was a good choice. I'm guessing. I'm not guessing, but yeah, very good choice. Obviously, I saw in the chat that you was opting for, two different ones. That was a very, riggedy one and then a flat one. But you've chose the third option, which is probably your best option.
It's just typical, isn't it?
Keep it clean, and please get a win so we can, keep the fight for the constructors in the overall standings and compensate for your teammate not showing up as well, please. Okay.
Yeah, if I win, it'll be a miracle.
Well, I'll be rooting for you. You know that.
Dead on.
I'm the Renault driver. I won't be.
It's all right. It's Vikings race.
I'm joking. I'm root for everyone. I root for everyone. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. have a good race, I think, regardless.
Have fun.
And maybe speak to you later.
Yeah. Well, maybe not. See you later.
See you later, mate. But yeah, so the one thing, like I said, so there's only two things. There's only the two ways that this could go about the victory radio calls is that they're already going to be in the game, and there's different ones that you can get from like the season pass, the podium pass, and that's the only. Or they would do it is in like you can for yourself like type it in, and then they'll audio it for you. But then that would make no sense because obviously it's got to, they've got to pre-do it with a voice, haven't they? Maybe they've, maybe we'll actually hear our character's voice this time now. Maybe we can choose a voice. Like how on FIFA you can get like a commentary name, and they'll and you choose a name, and then do the commentary. They did that for obviously this year's game as well, didn't they? And you can choose. So maybe.
I think it'll be along the lines of you remember 2010. They had like those because you still get the ones by Jeff, right? But they're
was
kind
it Jeff
of,
though in 2010?
No, it wasn't. But what I'm saying with like this game, you get ones by Jeff saying, "I'll pick up rubber," so on and so forth. But 2010 was like in your face. That came out of nowhere. That kind of one, absolutely amazing. I want them to bring that kind of style back.
Yeah.
It needs to be, you need to feel pumped after, oh my God, Lincoln.
Yeah.
Wow, what a spin up. Right, anyway, the grid, 17, very wet, not very wet, but it's very damp intermediate conditions. The Hungarian Grand Prix, take us through, Alco, please.
No problem, shall do. So in 17th place, we've got the Red Bull of All Immortal, IO. In obviously the intermediate tyres. Unfortunately, he got disqualified for staying on the track for too long and not moving. In 16th place, we got Shadow Moses in the 90 in the Mercedes on intermediate tyres. In 15th, we've got Kabuki, who just missed out on going on to Q2 in the Alfa Romeo, obviously on intermediate tyres as well. In 14th place, we've got Dano 132 in the McLaren. Obviously, once again, in intermediate tyres. Oh, okay. In 13th place, we've got, how do you say that name? Mando. I'm just going to call him Mando.
Yeah.
In the Haas, obviously on intermediate tyres as well. In 12th place, we've got Chronic Buds 121 in the AlphaTauri on intermediate tyres. In 11th place, just missing out on going on to Q3 and getting overtaken by, I believe it was Hippo, is
Andy.
My mistake, thank you very much. In Stars, which is Stars Orphan in the McLaren, obviously once again on intermediate tyres. In 10th place, your boy Prowl.
Yep.
Peru, whatever. In the Williams on intermediate tyres, going onto the grass there a little bit, trying to warp on one of his tyres. In 9th place, we've got RSF1 Hippo in the Alfa Romeo on intermediate tyres. RSF1 Locker in the Mercedes, so obviously the better Mercedes for this race in the intermediates. In 17th place, we've got MV Tactics in the Ferrari on intermediate tyres. In 6th place, we've got the House of Only Destroyer 14 on intermediate tyres. In 5th place, we've got Andy in the Renault on intermediate tyres. In 4th place, we've got the better of the Red Bull today of Daniel P45 in the intermediate tyres. 3rd place, we've got the better of the Renault, which is McCracken in intermediate tyres. In 2nd place, we've got Raikkonen on the better Ferrari. And then we've got RSF1 Lincoln, our pole sitter, which is who is in the Racing Point on intermediate tyres. And that rounds the grid. And they're all lining up now.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Right, here we go. 35 laps of this Hungarian Grand Prix. We are going to be set and ready to go. I've not got a good camera angle. Please give me a good one.
Yeah, there
we go. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. As quite a long hole, but away, lights out, away we go. Can Raikkonen get the better start ahead of Lincoln? He's got a better wheel spin, and I think he's going to be on the inside. Down into turn 1, McCracken's having a look around the outside as well. There's 4, 5 wide in the midfield, which is ridiculous. Rebel right up at the inside as they go into the corner. Now there's a few people wanting riders, and Alfa Romeo wanting riders. McCracken is looking at Lincoln. Oh, Lincoln squeezes them a little bit onto the grass. That could have ended messy, but Raikkonen has taken the lead ahead of Lincoln in the Racing Point. It's McCracken. Andy's up to 4th, and then I think his Tacticals has had a great start, up to 5th behind Renault. Big slide though, as Locker's right behind him as well. They're all just trying to get their way through, amazingly, despite the intermediate
we've
conditions.
got a Renault going up on the other side of Haas of Prowl here, or Peru, or Prow, should I say.
Yeah.
Very nice
Despite
overtake.
the conditions,
The Haas strikes back, trying to go for a dive bomb, making Prowl go off the track there. He did not like that. The Haas was like, oh, hell no.
Andy made a small mistake, and Tacticals was there to capitalise, and he's up into 4th, and Andy makes a massive slide and nearly slides off, and Locker is past him, as is Daniel. Andy's really struggling in these early goings.
The Haas does the exact same as Andy there, going off the track, and Prow is able to take the spot back from the Haas. Hippo isn't too far behind the Haas of Mando.
The timing pages have already sorted themselves out. Must be a bit of wing damage there somewhere.
Possibly.
What a start by Raikkonen. He is gone up the road ahead of the battling Lincoln and Kraken there. As your boy has got by Andy. Andy cannot seem to get it together in his first opening lap and a half. He's trying to fight back against your boy, but he's dropped now to 8th place. Had a good initial going, but the rest of the half of the lap, he's dropped back behind.
Hello, Lincoln's overtaken Raikkonen. Oh, no, never mind.
Timing pages.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Getting my hopes up.
Yeah, only Mando in the pits. Very good start for F5, I must say.
Yeah, obviously no safety car, no virtual safety car either, so especially with the fact that it's raining as well, not too bad. Obviously Mando and Prow had that little argy-bargy taking over each other.
In terms of position changes, Daniel's up to 4, or up 4 places. Your boy's up 3, Locker up 3, Tactical's up 3, and of course Raikkonen displacing Lincoln at the top.
Oh, we've got a yellow flag, which is going to be the Red Bull.
Immortal into the wall just at the end of the middle sector. Damage as well, so he's going to have to pit. Now, with intermediate tyres in a race scenario, you basically got to get them to halfway if this rain doesn't intensify, Zalka, don't you?
Yeah, it's going to be, obviously you're going to try and do the one stop on the intermediates, and it does tell you to do that as well, but obviously it can be a... did I say 2-stop or 1-stop? I said 1-stop, didn't I? But obviously, yeah, obviously you can do the 2-stop, but you're going to lose significant time. So I believe maybe Immortal and Mando will possibly have to do another stop after this, because the Inters in the rain can go quite fast, you know, with tyre wear, so it's not the best. They're like softs on a very hot track. It's not too well, and they do go very quickly. But you can take these halfway through, but yeah, you're going to try and do the 1-stop if you can with the Inters, as long as you manage them. Our first penalty of the day, which is tactics, in the Ferrari, not too good.
Yeah, he's trying to push to get ahead of McCracken and Lincoln. Raikkonen is He's gone. He's 2.6 seconds up the road and pulling away. As McCracken has a massive slide through the end of the middle sector, manages to keep hold of it.
He's trying not to do any curses today.
Yeah. I'm just thinking with Raikkonen, he's not so the rain master, but he always wants it to rain. He always does the rain dance, and he's just proving it right now. He's just
no, 3
pulling
seconds
away in control.
Start finish as well. Lincoln's holding on, which I'm glad about.
So 31.1 for Raikkonen. Yeah, he's half a second a lap quicker than those behind him at the moment. So in control, but we've still got a long way to go.
I wonder if McCracken is definitely as confident as Raikkonen is, he's going to be very annoyed and maybe a bit agitated the fact that Lincoln is holding him up. But obviously that's only if McCracken is as confident in the rain. But it doesn't look like it at the minute, because Lincoln does seem to be getting away from him.
Because unfortunately these conditions somehow Hippo was on board of Hippo, had a massive slide at the exit at turn 6, manages to catch it. I was saying with these conditions you might see the grid kind of spread out a little bit, might not get many overtakes, but this you need to be concentrated, especially at this track. You've seen on board and all around when we've seen these cars, they can snap at any moment. So potential to slip away at any point.
Yeah, that's very true. The car, the driver, like the car underneath them, it could honestly snap at any minute, like you said, and just ruin their race. And obviously, people just go on driving by and happily take the position off them. Anything can happen, especially around the Hungary.
1-0 from Raikkonen, and no one really matching him in the entire field at the moment. 3.4 seconds. Yeah, the question is if McCracken can get by Lincoln. I think McCracken is slightly quicker. If he can get by, can he then chase down Raikkonen? I'm not sure at this point whether he can, because he's just finding it really difficult, especially with no DRS Alco. It's difficult to make moves now, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously they've only got the ERS, and ERS isn't as quite as good even in the rain. So right now it's just, like, even with the technology that these cars have nowadays, especially with the ERS and the DRS, obviously when it's raining, it doesn't matter how technology or how technical these cars can get. It's basically back to what the car can do and what the setup has on the car. Due to the fact the ERS can hardly do anything anyway. The ERS only allows you to stay with the car in front of you, especially around this track at least.
Rocketing Toe Motorsport. Hey guys, hello. I'm not going to say that name again. That's a mouthful. Yeah, hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying the race so far. Fucking in the 30s now. Nearly 5 seconds up the road. Ahead of this train. That's right. As McCracken's having a go, but your boy Pru's got a run on Daniel up on the inside. He's going for the Ricciardo-style lunge right up on the inside of the apex on Daniel. Daniel trying to get the switch back, but your boy makes the move stick. So good move from the Williams. He's up to 6th.
Very true, obviously.
Musical rocket, that's why.
Yeah, obviously, back in 2018, Ricciardo was the overtaking king on this track in the Red Bull.
And because of them, is the rain getting harder, or is that just me?
I think it looks the same. I think it's actually clearing up. If you actually go on board. Into the second sector on the very left-hand side, it looks RSF1 Hippo losing the back end but able to catch it. Yeah, it looks like there's some clear clouds coming along from the left-hand side.
Well, we was told this is constant. It's not going to get heavier or lighter at any point. So
but do we trust the game? That's the difference.
Not really. Do you remember the days when there was a percentage of rain?
Yeah.
Like out of 100%. I want it to be back like that.
I
Like,
remember that. That was obviously really back in the day, like 214, 215. But then I think it still stayed with 217. I think it was still there then, wasn't it? It still obviously had the image of like light rain and heavy rain, but it also did say like the temperatures and also the percentage, like, oh, it's going to be 60% rain, and then it's going to get maybe 30% or even 100%. You know?
yeah. I guess the only annoyance thing is Mando at the back had a spin, an ultimate corner, unfortunately. Can't go back into the pits and repair that damage because he's just right in front of the pit lane, but no.
Mando might call it a day though.
I hope he doesn't. There's still quite a bit of a race to go, but I wouldn't blame him nonetheless.
No, there was 2 people yesterday who just call it quits before even lap 3, and I was like, "What are you doing?" I believe it was Blazer Guns and Braver Container. McCracken, 3-second time penalty. Not too good for him.
Track limits around here, very much possible. I haven't seen many penalties this week, actually, though, saying that. I may buck the trend tomorrow, knowing me.
I think there was a lot yesterday. Got a few.
Yeah. I think in the rain it's a little bit more or less common to get penalties, but there are a few corners still here. Raikkonen.
Another fastest lap in 29.8.
29.8.
6 seconds.
Well, I did notice actually in that last lap, your boy Prue in the Williams, he's gapped Daniel ever since he's passed him. He's now on the back of this train here behind. Not really a train, but it's just a line of cars ahead. He's just latched onto the back of Locker. So in terms of like who's the more racy here,
looks like
this guy in the Williams.
Yeah.
Considering Andy has had a strong start to the season, had a bit of a quiet race so far at the moment, but he is still in the race. I mean, anything can happen in this long way to go. So yes, 8th place, had a difficult first lap, but still in amongst it.
Very
the
much
other
is
thing
obviously
is
sorry.
I guess the other thing is I've only just noticed no Ted. There's no Tedist, and that's his nearest rival. So his nearest rival actually in this race is Kraken, his own teammate.
Ooh, it's going to be a good one for if they have a an engineer and stuff for team orders and stuff like that. Do you think with obviously with Lincoln, no,
Lincoln's off. He's had a spin, he's gathered it all together, no damage, but that could release Kraken, but really unfortunate for Lincoln. And again on the last corner, might have Daniel on him as well.
So unfortunate. Oof. Now, the question that I was going to ask, due to the fact that you're one of the big men of RSF1, is big for men. You're one of the highest. You get to say like this can change, that can change, especially for next season and stuff like that. Now, obviously the games.
Oh, no, I'm only head of comms, so I get to decide what comms do.
Well,
all I do.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, either way, then we can speculate, can't we, together? Do you think that the fact that we are increasing in numbers a lot, obviously, with the streams and people joining...
you're going to ask that question, aren't you?
What?
I can see it coming. Go on, no, carry on.
Okay.
I think I already know. I already know.
I was going to say, are we going to actually get full-time engineers where they actually tell what the drivers do? The fact that we are getting more people into the.
I thought you were going to say, can we go to 6 tiers? And I would say
no. I would say
probably
back to 4,
not.
To be honest.
Whoa! Sorry to
It's all good.
say that there. Your boy nearly lost at the same place he did in qualifying. Gathered it all together though.
It's good for him then. I believe a lot of people have caught their cars a lot, and you won't see that sometimes in other divisions, especially maybe like Div 3 or Div 4. Once a car is lost, they can hardly ever bring it back. So I'm glad these guys can do that. It's nice to see when they can catch a car. Got Dino overtaking up on the inside of Hippo here. This is going to be a good one. Hippo has the inside for turn 3. Oh, a little bit of side pods. Yeah. Hippo does take it.
A bit too close for comfort there.
Very too much, especially in the rain.
Yeah, now that Lincoln is unfortunately... No, we're not going to 6 tiers musical rocket. No. And again, I can't...
I think we have
I'm not
people,
the one to
but
make
not
that
many.
call.
You know, we have a lot of people, but I don't think we've...
I can say in terms of like people streaming at the moment, we've barely got enough for 5. So to go to 6, I'm like, I want a day off, please. Well, we both do, or yeah, the team does. So, nah, maybe in the future 6 is possible, but I think at this moment in time, unless we got a massive influx in numbers. But again, I'm not the person to make that call. Maybe we go to 6, maybe we don't. Right, so Kraken, now that he's not really focusing on Lincoln ahead of him, he's kind of gapped Tacticals behind. He's kind of in a 6 seconds behind Raikkonen and 3 seconds ahead. He's kind of in a race of himself at the moment on lap 11. But then you've got this line of cars now, which goes all the way back, I think, to almost Andy in 8th place. And you've got a bit of a gap to Hippo in 9th, just ahead of Dano, then Destroyer. Then we got Orphan has just got by Quinnet Buds. They're on the battle for 12th. Then we got Moses, Kabuki, Immortal, and Mando. All 17 still running. See, looking back from Locker, the line of cars. Actually, look back from Tacticals here. Locker a little bit offline. Can we watch the leader? I'll give him a little bit of camera time. Yep, 6.5 seconds in the lead. Just in control at the moment. Of course, he's got a pit stop and the rest of this race to go. So far, so good. Uses the RS at the last corner.
Now, I believe someone was watching yesterday.
Source has appeared. A wild Source has appeared in the chat. Source, why aren't you racing?
Yeah, Source, why are you in the comments? Get in here.
I know there's a race. I know there's a reason probably, but hopefully all good.
Oh, Lincoln, speaking of, he's just lost it a little bit in sector
Daniel's
1.
got by him.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. From 1st to 7th.
I mean, he said it himself, he wasn't happy with the rain, but I think if he can just get solid points, his Tacticals nearly drops out on the curb.
Tacticals made it to 3rd position. That's very good by him. Who's gonna now? What's it gonna be for the pits kind of strategy here for these 2 Ferraris? Will Raikkonen go for the undercut, or will Tacticals go for the initial pit stop, or even the overcut?
I'd say, you know, consider where Tacticals is. He's kind of in a battle for 3rd.
Yeah, 3 seconds in front.
Source. Hopefully everything's okay now. But yeah, fortunately to see it. Oh, your boy got a massive run out of the middle sector. This will be a risky lunge. Locker giving in the room. They're banging tyres. Not conventional place, but your boy in the Williams, I think, has nudged his way through, and he has.
He has, but I believe Locker's going to get a nice little run now. Unfortunately, not your boy got a little bit of a better run there. Locker's going to fight back.
Lincoln's now got Andy fighting with him as well.
Oh no! Come on, Lincoln, hold it together. One thing about the rain, in the dries, ERS, you can save it like a lot quicker. In the rain, you can hardly save ERS, but you can save a lot of fuel in the rain. So it's weird how that works. So in the dry, you can't save fuel, but you can save ERS. I mean, when it's raining, it's it's switched.
I hope Locker didn't get any damage from that. No. Seems all good.
All the penalties are getting here now, aren't they?
Yeah. Remember I said earlier that if McCracken could get by Lincoln, he can maybe chase down Raikkonen. I don't think that's the case. In fact, Raikkonen is actually just pulling away.
No, that's very true. But then obviously, I think with McCracken, he had the pace before the tyres started to go off. Now the tyres are 12 laps old. I think he's lost a little bit of the pace that he used to have.
Your boy Pro is really eyeing up this podium now.
He very much is.
Right up behind Tacticals. If you can get a good run, nice exit. You can see on Tacticals, I think at this point, I think everyone's intermediates are starting to wear off a little bit, but they have to get minimum lap 17, otherwise they're going to suffer at the end when they do pit.
Yeah. No, Tacticals does go off there as well into turn 1. Your boy's
this will be a run.
Got a nice little run. Is he going to go up on the inside? He does. He's hit the curb a little bit. Oh, your boy's using the Ferrari car to keep a hold of his own car. That's absolutely amazing there. The Ferrari car helping the Williams along.
Very fortunate, actually. The Ferrari didn't pitch him under the curb and spun him sideways, but
yeah, that's good racing by both of them.
We've seen already with his move on Locker, he's not afraid to rub the tyres a little bit, rubbing racing, I guess, but shows also the respect to these drivers as well, because Locker gave him the room, Tacticals gave him some kind of room to work with it, but fortunately, it's not ended in complete tears. I guess your boy Prue as well, he's got no penalties, so...
Lincoln going on a bit, like a little bit of the grass there, unfortunately, losing a bit of time.
Oh, look, this trainer car's now for 7th. He's got Lincoln, Andy, Hippo now coming up behind with Dano and Destroyer. So there's a little train for 3rd and a little train, or quite a big train for 7th. In goes Dano.
Oh, we've got a yellow flag. That's going to be the Red Bull of Immortal. That's unfortunate. He's losing the back end a lot. Get off the curb, otherwise you're going to spin again. We've got Dano, who is the first to pit. Is that too early?
Bit of a gamble. Yeah. He's got to go 19 laps now on his intermediates, unless he's going for a 2-stop. But again, as you said earlier, 2-stop is just... you lose too much time, really.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Especially around a short circuit like this.
Yeah.
We've got Lincoln actually coming on the back of Daniel again, trying to get the spotlight.
Oh yeah, he's brought this on Tacticals, another penalty. That's now on. He's now on 2. That's going to cost him his battle for the podium. Locker and your boy are still there. Mortal with a 5-second penalty. Oh, he's he's retiring in a bit. So that's a shame for Immortal. Didn't really recover from the first lap, did he?
Unfortunately not.
No.
We got one of the like I said, we've got this like little. I think the rain is easing off a little bit as well. Not too much rain is coming down anymore. It's still raining though. But yeah, like I said, once again, it looks like both, Tacticals is not pitted just yet, nor is Raikkonen. So who's going to be the first to pit? Are they going to double stack? That's not going to be too good if they do.
Well, the good thing for the two at the front is they're not in battles. Battles like this for 3rd and, the battle for 7th. That's just wearing out your tyres more.
Shadow now pits.
All this. The two leaders have the luxury of just managing their tyres. They can decide when to pit, really.
What's
going on with Tacticals?
Oh, no, lag.
Massive lag is the answer.
Yeah, that's not going to be good for your boy. I hope, obviously he's going to be praying that he doesn't, nothing lagged into his car so he doesn't get damaged. I've had that happen to me a fair few times. Your boy's got closer now, though, due to Tacticals lag.
I feel really sorry for your boy, because if he hadn't crashed in Q3, Alco. I reckon if he would have been solid top 5, he could be challenging the leaders with this pace he's got in the rain.
Very much is. Do you think...
that's the way it goes. And he's got by... what's going on here?
Lincoln,
what's going on here?
No, wait a minute, Lincoln's coming back. Wait a minute, wait a minute, Hippo's come out of nowhere
Andy.
as well around the outside of Andy. Oh,
Andy
Lincoln
just
comes in now.
Andy just slowed down for us. I think shenanigans has happened there, because Andy was going really slowly for some reason, and he just got
Maybe
overtaken by
problem?
one on the left and one on the right.
Yeah.
Recording something, or maybe there was a connection. I don't know. Either way, Locker, Lincoln, and Destroyer all in the pits. One of them had damage as well.
I think that was Lincoln who got damage, you know. That was a slow stop by Lincoln.
Destroyer as well.
Very unfortunate for Lincoln there. Let's see if he can, with this like little, I guess you could call it undercut, you know, get back up there.
Right, so Locker has pitted, and probably that's the correct thing to do, because these two are just holding each other up. Tacticals is sliding all over the place, and your boy can't find a way through. So Locker might do an undercut on the pair of them.
Let's hope so. He's got free, I think he's got free air now, Locker. He's obviously going to be coming up to the McLaren, coming into the turn 3. Are you on board with your boy there? As it's very close.
Yeah. See, under braking, you just see the grip difference between the Williams and the Ferrari. But Tacticals is just somehow placing his car in all the right places when they get to a corner.
And Tactical comes in. Does your boy stay out? He does.
Yeah, I reckon Tacticals was really struggling on that.
Let's see where Tacticals come out. If you, I don't know if you want to follow on, but I'll stay on board with Tacticals. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. McCracken is coming as well.
McCracken in as well. Locker has been held up by Chronic Buds a little bit through the last sector, which might hurt him. Andy in as well, Hippo in as well.
Let's have a look here. We've got the racing point of Lincoln, who's going to be coming up to the start-finish straight now. It's going to be Tacticals is going to be in front of him. That's very unfortunate there, but Lincoln is going to be overtaking the AlphaTauri and Andy and Hippo. That's worked perfectly. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And Locker's done the undercut on Tacticals. I think your boy Prue needs to pit on the end of this lap, otherwise Locker's going to have him when he does. Because he's gapped Tacticals by a second, and Tacticals was ahead of the Williams before they pitted.
Yeah, and I do believe this is the initial pit stop. I did see it at the top, the bottom. Oh, wait a minute. You've got the, I think the Haas of... Mando there again crashing, most likely going to be coming to the pits again. I think that's his 3rd stop for today. Raikkonen is actually responding, and he's going to be pitting.
Got a comfortable stop ready to do.
It is, but he's got the Haas in his way. Oh, your boy stays out. He's going for the overcut.
Overcut, and then he'll have fresher tyres towards the end of the race.
Very true. Let's see if he can manage his pace then and see where he gets. Raikkonen does come out before.
Oh, Kabuki, no. Kabuki's dropped at almost at level 6, turn 6.
The Haas
say safety car at this point would have been interesting, but man, Kabuki's all right.
We've got McCracken, who's 7 seconds behind Raikkonen. I would say that that's gained him time a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think it was 13 seconds when your boy was 13 seconds behind Raikkonen when he pitted. And the fact that Daniel has gotten out in front of Raikkonen, Daniel could hold up Raikkonen for your boy to then be closer to Raikkonen after your boy pits. So this could be a very good battle between your boy and Raikkonen after the initial pit stop, after when your boy pits.
I know your boy's going to drop where Tacticals is, because that's where his battle. Oh,
your boy
and he
gets
a penalty himself.
With that. Raikkonen's got none as well.
Well, he won't be racing with Raikkonen.
Oh, your boy's going again.
Yeah, he's not racing with Raikkonen when he pits, because Raikkonen's in the net lead. Your boy's Prue's battle is with Locker and Tacticals.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, for net third, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. My mistake.
Yeah, because your body needs a bit. It's a bold call going this long.
It very much
As I said,
is.
he's going to have fresher tyres, but the problem he's going to have is...
McCracken goes fastest.
Problem he's going to have now is when he pits, he's definitely going to be behind Locker and Tacticals.
Will Lincoln also
He'll have
get
to
the edge
overtake
on
them.
as well?
Yeah, maybe Dano as well. So that's the only downside. You're giving track positioning to the other two.
Very true, but Daniel's also on that kind of thing as well. Like Daniel's also taking the same route as your boy here. They've still not pitted.
Well, Daniel was outside the top 10, I think, or was he 10th maybe at this point? So for Daniel, it kind of makes sense to do this. Maybe it going dry, says Musical Rocket. I don't think so. I think the rain is still...
Yeah, no, it's still... Obviously, we've got some clear clouds still on the left, but have not budged over to the right to where it's going to clear up on the track. Yeah, no, we've got 15 laps to go, so maybe the last 3 laps, but I think with the last 3 laps, you may as well stick on the inters anyway. Just stick to it. Your boy does pit now.
Your boy pit, he does.
Does Daniel respond?
Daniel pit as well.
Daniel stays.
No. Not ideal for Raikkonen.
Yeah, I think this is taking it too long now, I think, with Daniel. I think he should have responded with your boy.
Now Raikkonen's just got to play this patiently here. Doesn't need to rush by Daniel. You can see obviously he's going to have the grip and the speed over Daniel, but he doesn't need to pass him.
Hippo's taking over Lincoln
Hippo.
here.
Yeah. Now where's your boy going to come out? He comes out not too far behind Tacticals, but they have jumped him, so to get back into a net third, he has to overtake them again. As Lincoln re-overtakes Hippo.
Yeah, let's see if he can keep it. Hippo's got a nice run now for the outside, but now Lincoln's got a better run also, cutting Hippo off. Respectfully, at least.
Cutting him off respectively.
Yeah, well, you know, like getting in front of him, not cutting him off like pushing him off or anything like that.
So McCracken is catching, but the benefit that Raikkonen has is he's still got that gap and he's penalty free compared to McCracken's 3 seconds. So he's not rushing past Daniel. Still an annoyance, but Daniel's just running his own race here.
Very much is. Like I say, we've got 14 laps to go, so Raikkonen still could. Let's see if he actually has any warnings.
Got to pit now. No!
He's still not.
How long is he taking
doing
these? Oh my word. Is he hoping for a safety car or it to dry out? I don't think it is drying out, but
not.
Either way, Raikkonen has got a bit of a run.
Raikkonen has 1 warning, maybe 2.
What else we got? We got Andy still stuck in. Andy's in 10th at the moment. 1 point at the moment. Andy's got 9 seconds of penalties. He might not even get a point.
It's not too good. Raikkonen's
Raikkonen.
Hello. Yeah, going on the inside there. Nicely overdone.
I think Daniel didn't really fight it that much.
Yeah. Raikkonen's got only 1 warning, by the way, and McCracken gets another penalty.
Yep, so that puts even more comfortable position for Raikkonen ahead. I'm just thinking with Andy right now, I think this is just a track he doesn't like. Because he hasn't been... I mean, he got 5th in qualifying, I think. But... Or maybe it's rain. Maybe he doesn't like the rain at all. Actually, if I think I remember rightly. Yeah. All the races that it has rained, he hasn't done very well. So maybe he's still not very good in the wet, as he is in the dry. But... As I mentioned before, his closest rival Ted is not in this race. McCracken is. So at least in terms of championship for him, it's not too much of a damage.
Yeah, not too much stress either. If he's even thinking about that, he might just be thinking about, I need like positions.
Lap 23. Daniel still doesn't pit. It's on 22 laps.
This is just madness.
Ow! Your boy was having a look at tacticals. See, this is the other thing as well about going long on your tyres, which your boy has done. You saw him we both saw him pull off those moves over tacticals and locker. They were good moves, but they were
Very
rubbing
rubby.
very rubby. You know, that could go wrong.
Especially in
Not
the
saying
rain,
it will. Not saying it will, but you're giving that chance again. It's not trap position. Difficult to overtake at this point. Rubbing over the chicane as well.
Everyone's a little bit spread out at this point due to the fact that everyone is now pitted besides Daniel.
Well, you got your boy on tacticals, and I think if he can get by tacticals, he can maybe chase down Locker. Then the other battle is this freeway battle. Lincoln ahead of Hippo and then Andy, all for 8th place. Other than that, it's a bit spread, but still 11 laps to go.
Very true, anything can happen. Obviously, yesterday there was a late safety car with only 3 laps to go. So
I can't imagine Daniel's going to pull this off, but at this point I'm thinking, can he go all the way without pitting? Because she can.
Has he pitted?
No.
No. He can't go all the way
Did
because he
he?
gets disqualified. No, he's not pitted.
No,
He
no,
needs
no.
to.
In the wet, you don't have to pit. If you can make it all the way without a pit stop,
No, surely you still have to pit.
I think. No, you don't.
Do you not?
Pretty sure. Chat, can you confirm it, please? I know we have F1, like, rule, you know, the rules like the back of their hand. I'm pretty sure in the wet, you don't have to pit.
But it gives you the... I don't know about that, though, because obviously if that was true, I think that's full wets, is it not? Not inters.
All I'm saying is I had a career mode race earlier on intermediates and I didn't have to pit. In a 50% race. Well, no, it gave me the option to maybe not pit because my tyre wear at that point was just so good.
Yeah, with the tyre wear upgrades.
Because of the upgrades. Because of the upgrades and all that, yeah. Pretty
So
sure you
do
don't
you
have to
think-
pit. I don't think he can put it off, as your boy nearly... I don't think he could pull it off.
Do you think it's
But
just...
maybe he's trying it.
Wait. If it's full... Well, here we go, we got one. If it's full wet race, you don't have to pit. So yeah, with inters, yeah, I was right. So with inters,
What
you
about
have
intermediates, though? What about intermediates, though? Is that the same?
I don't
Pretty
think
sure
it
it's
is.
intermediate. If it's wet, if it's a wet race, you know, like this or full wet, it's both the same. Inters or wets.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Millsy knows he's an F1 anorak. So.
Well, thank you very much, Millsy. So do you think Daniel's just going to... Oh, hello, who is that?
Kabuki. I thought it was Raikkonen for a second.
You
was
just saw a red
it was
dot.
a red
No,
dot.
It's darker.
It's yeah, it's Kabuki who's been lapped now, and he's getting out of the way as well. Safely, please. Jeez.
Very weirdly out of the way, but at least he's not disturbing anyone. So
Yeah,
do you think Daniel's just
Millsy's
gonna-
saying.
Do you think Daniel's just going to bear, like, just defend for his life then?
Yeah,
get
Millsy's
that
saying
podium.
that Inters won't last. Or they shouldn't. And that's what I'm saying. I'm even amazed he's got this far. Because they must be absolutely screaming.
Well, if he does do it and pull it off, there's 10 laps left. If he does
Still
do
not
it,
pitting. He's still not.
if he does, I want to know his tyre wear, and if he does get the podium.
I want to know what's set up as well, because the thing is, because he's going so long, when he does pit, he's going to be way outside the points.
He is
So
massively.
it's the only thing I can think of. Bets in the chat, can he actually make it?
You know, that's
Jeez.
what we should do. You know the fact that we've got the what are they called? Channel points.
Mm.
You can make it where like someone can create a poll, and like let's say if it was like me,
Yeah.
so I've got the fact that I watch the streams obviously because I'm a commentator and everything like that. I've got over 2,000 channel points. So, And obviously I watch some streams as well, so I've got over 2,000 channel points. So what we could do, you know, we've got like a modified, a single emote, choose an emote to unlock. What we should do is, create a poll, and then like with that we could create a poll, and then like people could just choose. That'd be kind of cool if we could create something like that. Can we actually change those mod-wise?
Small thing. I've just noticed something. Locker in all this is even caught up to the back of McCracken, and he doesn't have any penalties, so his Locker is actually going to jump Kraken into second.
Oh, that's true.
And because Kraken is being held up by this Daniel, who's, by the way, still doesn't pit. He's now done 26 laps. He's surely not going to be able to hold back Kraken now. Kraken's got a huge run.
I wonder what he's
amazed.
going through Daniel's mind at this point.
Well, Button. Oh, look at it's easy,
the
but
difference. Daniel's defending.
Gonna hold it.
Daniel's going to defend for his life here. Oh, but look at the look at that! Yeah, look at the grip of McCracken.
Maybe he's still got to find a way by.
He does. He's got so much grip, but with Daniel just placing the car just right, and the fact that this race is so narrow, it's just so hard to get by.
Look at Locker. This is all brought Locker into it. This might even
bring tacticals.
Yeah. Nice.
That'll depend though, because your boy's not too far away from tacticals. He's gonna try and think of making a move as well.
17 races, is there any space in
F5? Here we go.
Yes, there is. Oh,
Locker
no,
gets past McCracken.
I was looking down at my phone because Timmer is saying, Timmer, yes, come back, Timmer, please. Please. There is there space? Yeah, there is space.
There's some space in F4 as well, you know. We had
Still
the
not
worst.
pitting.
We had the worst outcome last week. 12 races or drivers.
That's F4.
Yeah.
That's F4.
Yeah, we had the worst.
Your boy's on the back end. Why is Daniel not pitting? How are you not pitting? Oh my God.
He's going to take it as well, isn't he?
Button. If he pulls it off, he's.
I think we've like in Division 4 we've lost both of our Renaults. I think because Scotsman is turned to reserve, and I think Jesse Race is gone. What's Locker gonna do?
Almost had a run through turn 5. He's all over the back of Daniel basically.
Yeah.
You know what this does do? Not that he was under any pressure anyway, but look at the Raikkonen's lead. It's just growing.
I'll tell you what, this reminds me of myself and Cornish in Austria. Absolutely amazing lead that we had. So kudos to Raikkonen there.
He's going to the end. You can't pit now. There's no point. Button reiterated what I said. Daniel might as well go to finish or puncture because pointless pitting now. Because if he does,
he's going to be outside the top 10 anyway.
Yeah, way outside. So, I'm hoping he does. Look, he's bringing tacticals and your boy Prio into it.
He did.
What are you doing, Daniel? I mean, this is good. Raikkonen's up to 11 seconds now. It's like a second a lap he's putting away.
It's a bit madness, isn't it? Here we go. Locker, he's got the. You know what, Daniel though? Daniel is able to pull away on the finish on the start straight. I don't know how.
This reiterates how difficult it is to overtake in Hungary. Because look, you got Inters that are 17 laps younger.
Oh,
and you can see out of the exit of corners, you can see, look, Locker's going to get a good run. Oh, this will be, brave Locker.
Oh, he pulls out. Thank God for that. He does pull away. He pulls out of it.
This is so difficult for Locker. He's on no penalties. Everyone around him has penalties, including the 3 behind, all on 6. But he's stuck in it. And it's like, I want to get out of this because it's dangerous.
But the only thing
is,
if he
this
keeps
is now
pushing,
all for
he
it.
could make a mistake and get a penalty himself. He may as well just stay behind Daniel. He's got no penalties. He'll happily get it. There's no way he can win.
There's a small part of me that doesn't want Daniel to get a puncture. So I'll be just like, how has he done this?
If we can get that record, like a record thing. 35
Look
laps.
at him there. Ooh. You can see the car. You can see the car. It's ridiculous. Look at it. Ah.
It's a madness.
But he's not been over aggressive. He's just placing the car where he needs to be.
He has, and he's got
surely now
the
Locker's
biggest
got a
ERS
good run.
ever.
Locker's going to get out of this. Oh, he's only just pulling
Look at it,
alongside.
though. Look at it. Daniel's got around the outside, but he'll have the inside if he gets a better exit, which he will have, due to the fact that he's got 100% ERS. He doesn't use it, though. Why does he not use it?
He's got Kraken trying to look around the outside as well. They're all desperately trying to get by him, but Locker's gone. And Locker, like a cork in a bottle, was going to move away.
Kraken him.
On the outside. Oh, this is. Oof.
Oh, he's gone. Daniel's gone.
No, Daniel. Was there a nudge? I didn't get the camera angle. Was there a nudge?
No, there wasn't. He lost it. He lost it himself. He back end. With all the close fighting, it was the back end that let him go there. 29 laps.
Such a shame. We'll never know.
Lincoln best get past Daniel at this point. Come on, Lincoln.
Whoa. The boy nearly... Tacticals went so far wide and the boy's all over the back of him. This is still for third place, by the way. Locker's just up the road. Unless he gets a ton of penalties in the next lap or so. I don't know whether there was a nudge. I didn't get the correct camera angle.
It is all for, whatchamacallit, though, at the same time, isn't it? It's all for track position. Oh, your boy, snapping. That was a big snap.
Daniel's in the pits. Oh, we'll never know whether they did last.
I think
what an effort, though.
I think what will happen is, I'm hoping he is listening to the stream, or he comes on the stream, or even in the Discord, he'll say what tyre percentage he was on before he pitted. I'm hoping so.
Right. Lap 31, 35. Raikkonen, 14 seconds lead up front. I don't want to say it because I've done it before in the past, but he's in a very controlling situation. He's got no penalties. They just need to coast it to the end. Locker is in a comfortable position as well, even if Kraken gets by him, because he has no penalties. You then got Kraken, Tacticals and your boy, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Dano's got 12 seconds. Yeah, Dano's got 12. There's a yellow flag. It's Mercedes and Moses getting by, or allowing Raikkonen to go by. But Dano in 6th, who's got 12 seconds. He will drop behind Lincoln, who's only got 3. But he's in a battle with Hippo. Andy has 15 seconds of penalties and might... My maths is good. Yeah, he will drop behind Destroyer, but also behind Orphan.
Orphan's
so
going to
Andy
get a point.
Andy might not get a single point.
Very unfortunate there for the young Renault.
Huge for his championship. It will allow Kraken to close in. It will allow... Well, I said at the start... I'm not cursing it. But Ferrari needed the points, didn't they?
They
after
did.
Silverstone as Williams off. Your boy.
Your boy. No.
He's lost it. Oh, he's still spinning.
Oh, he really
he's trying to get it back. No, don't get back in front. No.
Oh no, Lincoln! Why, your boy? No.
Came off the camera. Oh, and he's clattered in. Oh, what's going on? This is a mess. This is such a mess. He's taken out Lincoln as well.
No.
Oh.
Why?
So don't go in front of Orphan as well. Goodness me.
Lincoln's got like just a red wing on his right hand side. No.
That was. Yeah.
How did that even happen?
Words.
Like it was just a chain effect. What even happened? Like they sorted themselves out and then like a second thing happened. What? Lincoln was gonna get at least 6.
Chess. So I don't know what happened obviously because he was close to Tacticals to start it all off, but he was way off through turn 2. Just didn't see a train of cars coming through turn 2, basically. Right in front of Lincoln, and then that all finished. And then through turn 3 and 4, then bumped into Hippo, and then took out Lincoln for a second time. I'd imagine Lincoln is not too best pleased with that.
And somehow Hippo gets no damage from all that, you know?
He's retired. He's retired as well.
Oh,
Gosh,
no.
Such a shame. Now, before obviously we go at him, we make mistakes. We are human after all, but all I would say is I hope he moves on from it and learns from it.
Yeah,
that's all I'm going to say for that. They both retired. It's just a shame to see, isn't it?
It really is. And somehow that didn't even cause a safety car or VCS. VSC, sorry. Luckily. I would have loved to have seen a safety car.
Yeah. The only advice I would say for anyone caught up in that is just relax. Because we all make mistakes end of the day. He's probably gutted he's caused all that. So I wouldn't rip into him too much. Anyway, what has that done? So, because that's moved off all this, so...
Yeah, I think he was definitely panicking, wasn't he? He wanted to get back on track as fast as he could, and that's what happened.
Adrenaline's going. He's probably like gutted that he spun, and then he's like so desperate to get back in the race. It's just you don't think clearly. I've done it before. Have you done it before, Alco? I'm pretty sure.
I don't really. Well, sometimes, yeah, I've like done a weird like back on track, but nothing to that extent, unfortunately. Should I say?
Right, so yes, Raikkonen in the lead. He's got a lap and a half to go. 16-second lead ahead of Locker and P2. So Locker's definitely safe on McCracken, although Kraken is there. He seems to be safe over Tacticals in 4th. Then it's Dano in 5th, who will be jumped by Hippo. No, it's on the cusp, actually, those two. Dano and Hippo.
Yeah.
And he's up to 7th, but he still will drop behind Destroyer. And I think he's got a gap on Orphan now, but Orphan will be in the points. And I was going to say Chronic Buzz, but no, Chronic Buzz has got too many penalties ahead of Daniel, who's had an up and down race.
Daniel might
actually still get a point.
Yeah, even with taking the tyres 27 laps.
Oh, it's that what if, isn't it? There's so many what ifs in league racing and F1 in general. What if he'd gone to the end?
That would have been really nice to see. He's actually here we go. He's made a move on the AlphaTauri there, who was losing the back end of his car. Nice little thing there. So he's definitely getting a point.
Right. I haven't really given him too much camera time. I was asked by Millsy like halfway through to say, put a camera on the leader. Here's his camera time, and it's been, ever since he took the lead off the start, it's been controlling. It's been, dominant. It's been completely dominant. It's been absolutely on it. It's not say it just yet, because he's got a few more corners to go, but it's been so close. So many races. He got the Dutch Grand Prix, the Spanish Grand Prix, second in Austria a couple of weeks ago. But one more corner, mind the pit lane wall. Thank goodness. One more corner, and RSF1 Raikkonen takes the win in Hungary and fastest lap. No wonder he was pushing.
There we go.
Takes the win for Ferrari. His first win in, I think it's 2 seasons.
Absolutely amazing. He's going to be thrilled.
A few weeks ago. So, fantastic. And a great second place for Locker in the Mercedes. Kraken will hold on to 3rd for Renault, to at least combat some points against a very strong 1st and 4th for Ferrari, because Tacticals in 4th place. Dano is really slowing down.
Yeah.
Don't know why he did that, because he's just lost 5th and 6th to Destroyer and Hippo. And he drops to 8th. Orphan, I think, is going to stay 9th.
Might do. Yeah.
By a second point 3, so more points for Orphan. Well done, Daniel. You got to feel.
Might get the fastest. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, got to feel for Daniel because we will never know. Bets in the chat. Would he have actually gone to the end? I don't know. But he still gets a point at the end of it, and then you got Chronic Buds in 11th, and Moses 12th place.
A very exciting and thrilling race there. Like obviously all calm all the way through the race. Gaps here and there, trains here and there, nice little overtaking. Everyone being obviously very cautious when going side to side. And then 3 laps just before we had a little bit of carnage there, which is very unfortunate for a few drivers.
Of course, it's the Michael Schumacher AI, isn't it?
Of course.
Or the Avatar, yeah.
Been a very thrilling race. As I yawn.
It just wears you out.
I'm
the same. I'm done at the end of that. No safety cars in the end, despite the conditions. Very tricky as well. But there is your results. Raikkonen and Ferrari, fastest lap to boot, 26 points. Boom, as they say.
There we go. Raikkonen in the chat where he went, woo, F yes. And then it's about bloody time, he says.
Yeah. Locker in second. That's back-to-back podiums, and considering he started 8th as well. Good stuff from him. McCracken in third in the Renault. So still good points for Renault. 4th place for Tacticals. And there should be happy with that. Destroyer 5th as well. Hippo was 6th. Dano in 7th and 14th on the grid. Is pretty good as well.
Good, yeah.
Andy Yuskin 8th, championship leader 8th, only just ahead of Orphan as well, who got good 2 points. Daniel in 10th, Chronic Buds, and then Moses, and then the DNFs, your boy Prio, Lincoln, Kabuki, Mando, and missed the last one.
And someone else. Let's get these people in, shall we? I should have done that myself. 1 second. Recently played with.
Locker's going to send me a message because he doesn't have a headset. He gets it tomorrow.
Okay. So
we're just going to have Raikkonen and Kraken.
There's Raikkonen. Let's invite him to the party. And if I can find McCracken, yeah, there he is. Invites have been sent.
Did I have this on invite only or joinable? Joinable.
Unknown, but I sent the invites, it's all good. I think they're here. Include your audio if you have it, guys. Sorry about the yawn, excuse me.
Jeez, you are tired. Goodness me. Worn you out, this, hasn't it? The one yesterday, and then you got the one today. I'll get a good sleep in. We'll see what happens. Who am I going to first? The Renault first. Which one do you want to do?
I do not mind. I guess the co-commentators always normally do third, don't they?
Yeah, you do Kraken, I'll do Raikkonen.
All right, no worries.
Beg pardon.
All right, Mr. McCracken in the Renault. How are you today?
Not bad. Could have been worse. Could have been better.
So obviously, even with your penalties during the race and Raikkonen getting in an absolute massive lead, I'm pretty sure you're very happy with the second place that you got. And is it third? Third, sorry, with the third place that you got. Obviously, Locker just in front of you. He had no penalties, which is very unfortunate. But overall, for your qualifying, you was very fast. So how would you say, do you think you could have got faster in your qualifying and also in the race? How would you say overall it went for you?
Well, qualifying, I definitely could have went a bit quicker. I messed up my last lap, but it wouldn't have mattered. I qualified in a decent place. I knew Raikkonen was going to dominate in the wet. So I already knew that was that one position going. So yeah, I just tried to race my race. I was behind Lincoln for a bit, but I know obviously he's still getting used to his wheel. He eventually had a little bit of a spin, so picked up P2. Obviously Locker with the undercut. got quite close to me. As soon as I caught up to Daniel, I think it was at undercut as well. It was it was hard to get past. You know what it's like in the wet, try to get past someone. So Locker, my plan was to try and get past, pull the gap to Locker, because I still had quite a lot of pace. My tyres were fine, but it didn't work out that way. I couldn't get past Daniel for ages. I made a mistake. Locker got past me. With him having no pens, I was never going to get that position back. So just kind of settled for third place. Made sure that Tactics behind me, I know he was on the same pens as me. Made sure I didn't pick up another pen and just cruised around for third.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. You did an amazing qualifying. You did very well in qualifying, always splitting the two Ferraris in Q1 and Q2. Obviously, unfortunately, you wasn't able as well. You was able to get also a good run in qualifying 3. Obviously, the other Ferrari wasn't able to get as good as he did in Q1 and Q2. The reason why Daniel was so high up and he was so hard to get past, if he didn't know, he was on 27 lap old hard inters. Not hard. Yeah, he was on 27 old laps. Well, worn. Thank you very much. On inters, and he was trying to make it the whole way, but he lost his back end in coming up to turn 5. So it's a lot of what ifs if he could have actually made it, and it would have been amazing if he did. But overall, I'm glad that you had a very good race. Obviously, another a podium for you. And obviously helping you in the constructors. Obviously, your teammate is leading the championship, so that brings you one step closer to him and to other people in the constructors. How are you for next week's race? Italy.
What track is it?
It is Monza, isn't it?
Is it Belgium?
Belgium. My mistake. Belgium.
I'll see. I'll do what I did today. Didn't do any practice. Show up in the day, see how it's done.
Alright, no worries. We'll try and get
I do want to say congratulations to Locker. He did really well to get no pens at all, and obviously Raikkonen deserved to get a win for a long time now, so I'm really glad. As much as we're in a fight with Ferrari, the Renaults, I'm definitely happy for him to get the win. He's good in the wet, and he dominated the race from start to finish, so
cheers, mate.
Good on to them, lads.
Absolutely love the sportsmanship. That's absolutely amazing. Well done. Very, very well done for you, McCracken. And hopefully, if you get your practice in for next week's race, we'll hopefully see you again on the podium.
Yeah, hopefully, mate.
Any questions for McCracken, Ruben?
Not questions. Just obviously a few.
Or overall things.
Congrats. yeah. Congrats. Obviously, your 6th podium. Kraken, so good stuff. Obviously those 15 points now put you a point behind Teddist in the championship. Obviously Teddist didn't race for some other reason tonight. Closed the gap on Andy. Obviously difficult race for your teammate, it seemed. Andy had a good first lap and then sort of dropped back a little bit, but I guess you can have those races sometimes. In terms of drivers and constructors, McCracken, what's your thoughts on the pair of them? Drivers first. Obviously, as this race shows, it's still not over at all. So,
yeah,
what do you think of that? Can you still catch him?
But when it comes to Andy, obviously, I'm not going to lie and say I don't want to win a championship. Obviously, I want to win a championship, but constructors is really where it's at when you're fighting with your teammate. Like, I'm not going to exactly give him positions when I think I'm quicker or nothing like that, but constructors is definitely on the mind a bit more than the drivers' championship. I'll still try. I mean, I'm still going to show up every week and try my hardest, but it's more the constructors I have in mind. Ferrari are starting to pick up some good points recently, so it's a bit worrying. So just need to keep our heads down, try and pick up as many points as we can. I did say to Raikkonen when I spoke to him earlier, I said when he said he was leaving, he was like, "Oh, I'll see you later." I'll see you in the podium. So here he is.
Yeah.
I told you I'd see you.
Hey.
So yeah, no, it's all fun and games. But constructors is really the one I want to win. That's the main goal.
Hopefully it goes down to the wire. Because it's building up very nicely. But well done. Anyway, that's said. Yeah, so back on good run of form as well. So very well done. But we go to our winner. Finally, RSF1 Raikkonen. as McCracken said, this has been a long time coming. The Dutch Grand Prix second, Spanish Grand Prix second, Baku was third, Austria second, and all those times could have been the race winner. Obviously, everything didn't fall into place in those races for whatever reason, but everything fell into place ever since Q1 and Q2 and then Q3. Missed out on the pole, but as soon as you got the lead, on it. Absolutely on it. Helped by maybe a little bit from behind, but even if that didn't happen, you seemed to have the pace over everyone. Dominant, comfortable performance. And that's your first win in, was it a season and a half, or was it 2?
It's since season 1, China season 1, so we're over 3 seasons now.
Jeez. Jeez, wow. Well, if you're going to take your first win in a while, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Under no pressure. I guess in some ways, knowing you maybe would have preferred battling your way through the field to do it, but you're not complaining, are you?
No, not really. And to be fair, since it's been so long since a win, what a way to do it! Dominate it. As everybody probably knows, that I am a Schumacher fan, so Schumacher was always brilliant in the wet, and he always just dominated in the wet. So it's kind of like, boom, if I can do it, I can do it. I just want to say a big thank you to RSF1 Millsy for engineering, and RSF1 Buttons because I stole his setup today for the wet.
Borrowed.
Sorry?
Borrowed, didn't stole, borrowed.
Stolen, borrowed, acquired, whatever you want to say. It was there, I took a couple of laps in it, I was like, oh, that's actually quite decent. And then when obviously went into Q quali, I just brought up the weather conditions, I was just like, haha, perfect, race, wet.
Did you in qualifying have a wet setup on, was it?
It was a wet setup.
Or...
It was my actual wet setup in quali.
Worked very well in quali, actually.
Yeah, I was quite shocked at that one as well. There's not much difference for my Hungary setups. There's not much difference between the wet and dry. Mostly, it's just suspension settings.
Yeah. In terms of championship now, you're pretty much in it. Obviously, I didn't have a good time in Silverstone last week. But obviously you came back fighting after last week, and that puts you, where does that put you? 26 points, fastest lap. That'll put you on 125 points, which is 3 behind Kraken, 4 behind Tedist. You're very much in it after that tonight, so game on, I can say. If we can make this a 4-way fight, so be it. Really well done. Belgium next though. A different prospect kind of, really, because we go from tight and twisty in Hungary to flowing in Belgium, and obviously we know how Michael Schumacher used to be so good around here and in the wet weather. I'm guessing you're hoping it's raining again.
Whatever. I love Belgium. Belgium's just a lovely track. Eau Rouge. That's going to be interesting to see how many people fear Eau Rouge this season.
Oh god, yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a good race.
And then obviously you've got your technical, because you're driving for Ferrari, home track the week after in Monza.
Yeah, I won't be here.
Oh, you're working on that day.
Yeah, I'll be working, and Monza's not really a good track for me anyway.
All right. Well, good luck for Belgium next week, and yeah, well done on your race victory, becoming the. I've lost count the amount of different winners we've had in F5 this season. I think it's eighth different winner. So but yeah, long time coming. Now we got your teammate to win a race, Tacticals. Now, I want him to win a race. But yeah, well done on today. Very, very well deserved. Dominant performance. Yeah, good luck next week.
Thank you.
Oof, I did get a message from Locker. Just need to read it because he sent it. I've got to read it out. He says, who'd have thought I'd be here for two weeks running? Once I was close enough to Kraken and Tacticals, I knew I needed keep away from penalties. GG to the others. Hopefully I'll be speaking next week. Yeah, he's going to headset next week, he says. So
hasn't Locker
hopefully
been
Locker
through so many headsets? I swear, like last time
Yeah,
he was
I swear,
here, he
yeah.
had no headset, and then he got a headset, and then now he doesn't have one again.
Well, it seems to be the one time that I need the headset for him, he then doesn't have one. So, but he says he gets next week. And now he has to be on the podium again. That's the only thing. So
Yes, that's the difference.
yeah. He now gets a headset and now doesn't be on the podium for the rest of the season.
It's going to be a
It
mess.
won't be pointless. Obviously, he's got to speak. But yeah, but well done, Locker. Second podium in a row. Great stuff for you. Well, Alco, what do you think of F5? Your first time commentating on it.
Very much is, yeah. No, obviously everyone's really close to each other. Obviously, due to the fact that it was raining, obviously a lot of people were a little less close. But even with the Hungary ring, it's one of those tracks where you've got to, leave each other space until the start finish. But yeah, absolutely amazing. I love to actually see that there was common courtesy and people leaving space, and a few tire rubbing. But you're going to see a few tire rubbers. You're going to see a few tires rubbing every so often, no matter what tier that you're in. So it was I was very pleased to actually see that. So yeah, no, absolutely amazing for this tier. Very close as well, on the track at least.
Yeah, very good stuff going on.
You're getting sidetracked there, Rubens.
Yeah, I'm getting sidetracked. Admin stuff.
Put the phone down.
Sorry. Yes. Very well done from F5. The story continues. It continues to, ever since it's now my regular time in F5. It's produced good races. The story is continuing. The rivalries are boiling over. Great stuff. And we got Belgium next week. Looking very much looking forward to that. So, yes, long may it continue. Yeah. So, rest of the week we've got the F1 boys tomorrow. Should be Blazer Guns and Hippo, but of course, Alco's on standby. 3 days in a row, Alco. Blimey if you do. Raikkonen's on standby as well. But either way, should be a good race. I'll be racing, trying to get a point again. But of course, we got Corey Marshall leading, with Nat Dog and Pigeon Munch and Easton chasing him down. See who can take the win tomorrow. Then we've got the F4 boys on Thursday with Spooky and Mega Centurion, I believe, taking the commentator's role. Should, fingers crossed, be a healthier grid next week. Should be.
Yeah, no. Last week we had a bit of a dampened grid. It was only 12 people. That was our worst outcome.
Yeah, we've done some work, so we've got a couple of new drivers in there. So that's also excitement. Get to see a couple more debutants as well. So good stuff. And you get to see Alco racing.
You do. Instead of me commentating, you don't have to listen to my voice anymore, guys.
Plug. Watch him race.
You should be good. You can actually see my talent now.
Yeah. So thank you very, very much for watching. Thank you, Alco, for your company today.
No worries. Always happy to give you that company. Just before you do sign off, I know that there's obviously, the people who are watching live as well as who will watch it on our YouTube channel, whether you are already in our league or even if you're not in our league and you're actually a viewer. If you do join us on our streams, the people who are watching it back on YouTube, just come on Twitch, join our streams, have a chat with us. Also, there'll be a Nightbot who gives you a link to our website, and if you just want to check up on the standings will be a race behind. Obviously, we'll hopefully get that sorted ASAP and get a better team. Well, we've got a team, but hopefully get a bigger team, so then they can always keep that up to date. But either way, if you want to look at the standings while going onto that website or our website, then look at the standings. But if you actually want to join us, whether you want to be a commentator like myself and Rubens, or even an actual driver, then by all means sign up on our website. That's everything from me. Anyway.
Okay, Jesus.
Gotta do those plugins, Rubens.
Yeah, plug. Where's the sockets? Right. That's my joke for the day. I'm done. I'm gonna go to bed in a bit. I think I need to. Right. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully, entertainment was good for you guys watching as well. Make sure you join us tomorrow for the F1 division and the F4 on Thursday, and then we'll head ourselves to Belgium. So, yeah, exciting times. But until then, take care and see you next time. Keep safe still, and etc. etc. All that, you know what to do by now. Yeah, see you next time, and good night.